When crowds move as one, science tells us it's no longer about people. It's about pressure, physics, and panic. Every stampede starts with excitement, but it ends when control is lost. What is a stampede? Technically, a stampede happens when a large crowd suddenly moves in panic or excitement and people start pushing in different directions. Now, scientifically, it's caused by crowd pressure. When the number of people in space exceeds the safe density of about 4 to 5 people per square meter, at that point, individuals can no longer move freely. They will be carried by the force named the force of the crowd. Pressure also can reach over 4,000 newtons, which is strong enough to bend metal barriers or crush a person's chest, now stopping them from breathing. Because most people don't actually fall and get stunned. Not. It doesn't happen like that. They suffocate because they're squeezed so tightly they can no longer expand their lungs. So once panic starts, even small movements spread like waves through the crowd, and within seconds, it can turn deadly. But because behind every crowd, there is a reason people gather. A cause, a leader, a voice they believe in. And in Tamil Nadu, that voice has a name. For some, he's Thalapathy, the commander. For others, he's the son, he's the brother, the voice they never had. But here's the question. How did Thalapathy get here? From a shy boy in Madras to one of the biggest stars India has even seen. And now to a man stepping into history as a political leader. Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel everyone. If you're new here, I'm so glad you're joining us, so please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Enjoy the fun. Now for those of you who've been here before, you know the drill. Grab a snack, get comfy. This one is for you and let's get into it. Who's Vijay?
என்ன பார்த்து தமிழ்நாட்டுல இந்த கேள்வியை கேக்குற மொத ஆள் நீதான்டா. உன்னை தனியா கவனிச்சுக்கிறேன்.
Now, Thalapathy Vijay, for those who do not know about him, was born Joseph Vijay Chandrasi in 1974. And he's not just a movie star. He's literally a cultural phenomenon in whole India, but more in the south, in Tamil Nadu. He's a son of a filmmaker, S.A. Chandrasik. And at 10, when he was 10, he faced the camera for the first time in Vetri. Just a small role. Child role, forgettable. But even then, something was in his eyes. He was just watching, learning, and waiting for his moment. Nalaya Herpu. In 1992, Vijay's first movie as a real hero. But guess what? It was a total flop. Of course, critics mocked him. Theaters literally emptied in the middle of the movie. But he didn't quit. He learned because greatness is born from rejection somehow, but not from applause, especially when you don't deserve it. Puv Yuna Kaga. In 1996, a simple love story that changed everything for Thalapathy. Now, in this movie, he wasn't a star above everyone, above his audience, but he was one of them. And that's when Vijay became the leader Thalapathy. Now, leadership doesn't start with power. Of course, it starts with belonging. Now, with over 60 films across 3 decades, he built his own legacy on a mix of charm, charisma, and quite relatable heroism that blurred the line between fiction and reality. His fans called him Thalapathy, which means, like I said, a commander. That name just alone shows you how loyal his fans and followers are. Whenever his movie is released, it feels like a festival for them. The streets are full of posters, music, fireworks. I witnessed that. And this was a sign of love and respect. Now let us see beyond all the fame and celebrations. Vijay's movies often carried very strong messages about corruption,
ஏழை பழைய முன்னேறதுக்கு ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ் மாதிரி ஒன்று ரெண்டு தான் இருக்கு அதுலேயும் வியாபாரம்
social issues,
1,67,512 ஏக்கர் விவசாய நிலம் அழிக்கப்பட்டிருக்கு
and the strength of ordinary people.
மெரிட்ல பாஸ் பண்ணி இன்டர்வியூல செலக்ட் ஆகி நம்பர் 1 கண்ட்ரியில நம்பர் 1 கம்பெனில நம்பர் 1 சீட்ல இருக்கிற எனக்கு எவ்வளவு ஏறம்.
His films weren't just about entertainment, for sure. They made people think, and that's where the first signs of his move into politics will begin. Through the stories he brought to life on screen. But you know, our Thalapathy has faced several controversies where his movies kind of run into trouble with political groups or government censorship, and mostly because his films included dialogues or storylines that touched or sensitive political issues in India. Mirsal, in 2017, the GST controversy.
7% GST வாங்குற சிங்கப்பூர் மக்களுக்கு மருத்துவத்தை இலவசமா தர்றப்போ 28% GST வாங்குற நம்ம அரசாங்கத்தால ஏன் மருத்துவத்தை இலவசமா தர முடியல?
This was one of Vijay's biggest blockbusters back then, but it's also become one of his most politically charged movies. A line in the movie compares India's high taxes with countries like Singapore and questions where the tax money is going. Members of the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party, the BJP, demanded that the dialogues be removed or censored, saying they spread false informations about government's policies. Do we believe that? Of course no. But despite the backlash, the audience supported Vijay as they always do. And the film became a symbol of freedom, of speech in cinema, and people were really happy about it. Now Sarkar in 2018, the anti-government uproar.
நான் எந்த கம்பெனியும் விலைக்கு வாங்க வரல. இன்னைக்கு என்ன நாள்? எலெக்ஷன் டே. நான் என்னோட ஓட்டு போடுறதுக்காக வந்திருக்கேன்.
Now Vijay plays a businessman in this movie who returns to India to fight against corruption and vote fraud. The story includes a scene where citizens tear up free buys given by political parties, which was seen as an attack on real-life Tamil Nadu politicians. Supporters of the ruling party at the time protested outside theaters, and the production company Sun Picture was pressured to cut scenes and dialogues from the movie. Some sets were vandalized, and Vijay's home was surrounded by demonstrators. But again, fans stood up by him, saying that he was being targeted for speaking uncomfortable truths in the cinema, and that's what bothers members of the government. Now let's jump to 2022, my first movie of Vijay. And if you didn't watch our vlog back then, I am sorry for you. It was good. It was a great movie. Actually, the story was not that interesting, but like usual, he will still put very powerful messages, even if the movie is supposed to be fun.
Because I'm not a politician. I'm a soldier.
Beast was banned in Qatar and Kuwait reportedly because it showed terrorism and hostage situations inside a mosque. Topics that are considered as pretty much sensitive in those countries. While not a direct political attack, it still showed how Vijay's film often brush against political and social controversy. Now, in 2023, he came with Varisu, Hacks Raid Controversy. Around the time, actually, Varisu was being shot and promoted, income tax officials raided Vijay's properties in Chennai. Many of his fans and local media suggested that the raids were politically motivated, which was kind of true, linked to his earlier movies' criticism of the government. Vijay himself stayed very silent, letting his films speak for him, which added to his image as a man who fights back through cinema. Back in 2009, Vijay started something called the Vijay Makal Yakam. At first, it was just a fan club, but over time, it became a group that helped people organizing food drives, cleaning villages, and doing social work. But for many, that was the first sign that Vijay may one day join politics. Then on February 2nd, 2024, Vijay made it official. He announced his own political party called, which means actually Tamil Nadu Victory Party. Find it quite powerful as party name actually. He said the party's goal was to stand for equality, justice, and real change. Also, he made it very clear that the party wouldn't take part in 2024 national election and it would wait until 2026 contest in Tamil Nadu. And a few months later, in August 2024, Vijay revealed the party's flag and anthem, making it feel very real for his supporters. Soon after, in September 2024, the Election Commission officially recognized his party. And by October 2024, he held TVK's first major rally in Viluppuram, and where thousands and thousands gathered to hear his plans for the future for his state. Well, everything seems to be moving fast from a fan club in 2009 to a political party ready to take on Tamil Nadu by 2026. Vijay was no longer just Thalapathy on screen, but he was now becoming Thalapathy also in politics. On September 27, 2025, Vijay's political rally in Karur, Tamil Nadu, turned into a tragedy no one saw coming. The event was only allowed to host about 10,000 people. But tens of thousands of people showed up, eager to see Thalapathy Vijay in person, which is normal. Even people who are not interested about politics will show up. It's the chance to see your hero, the one you see on movies and you love so much, in real life. So as the crowd grew denser, reports say there was suddenly a power outage, leaving parts of the area in complete darkness. In the confusion and panic that followed, people began to push and run. Remember what we said about Stampede before? It's like people start in the panic, pushing in every direction. And within minutes, a stampede broke out. By the time it was over, around 36 to 40 people had died, including children. And more than 100 other people were injured. And this will become one of the worst political rally disasters in Tamil Nadu's history. Now, police later said it happened because of poor crowd control and negligence, and the criminal case was filed against Vijay's senior party's member, Basi Ananda Nirmal Kumar Matyalagam. But the questions didn't stop there. Critics asked if Vijay team had ignored warning about the crowd size and whether this tragedy could have been really prevented from happening. Vijay himself released a statement saying that his heart is shattered and asked the chief minister not to punish his party workers. His words were really simple but very heavy. He said, quote, "If actions has to be taken, take it on me."
சிஎம் சார், உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது இந்த பழி வாங்கணும் அப்படின்ற எண்ணம் ஏதாவது இருக்குச்சுன்னா என்ன வேணாலும் பண்ணுங்க, அவங்க மேலே கை வைக்காது. நான் ஒன்றும் வீட்டில் இருப்பேன், இல்லை நான் ஆஃபீஸில் இருப்பேன், என்ன வேணாலும் செய்யுங்க.
Now, what does this mean for Vijay's future? I believe this is the remaining questions, the most important questions. Where will Vijay will go from here? Now, for decades, Vijay has been more than just a movie star there. He's been a symbol of hope, courage, inspiration, and unity on screen. He fought corruptions and stood up for the common man. Off screen, he's now facing the greatest challenge of his life, leading people, not just entertaining them. His final film, Jananayagan, marks the end of chapter and the beginning of another. A full-time step into politics. But after what happened, after the tragedy, will people see him as a leader who was really let down by circumstances again, or one who should have been more prepared? Of course, his supporters stand strong, calling him Thalapathy, their commander. Yet politics, unlike cinema, doesn't forgive this easily. Every word, every decision now carries a different weight for him. This could be the moments that defines either his legacy, not just as an actor, but also as a man who tries to bridge two words. But let's not forget the importance here. My heart goes out to the families actually who lost their loved one, the children. That's really a very tragic incidents. The parents, the young lives that were taken far too soon. And for Vijay himself, I hope he will find the strength and clarity and also peace in this difficult days that's gonna be ahead of him. And also I hope he will take care of the victims and be able to fix this mistake. Before I go, I'd like to ask you for your support for my animal welfare initiative. As usual, I truly believe that building a kinder world starts with teaching compassion towards animals, the planet, and each other. So if this resonates with you, I'd be so grateful for you if you could check out the donation link in the description. Every little bit helps us rescue and care for animals in need. Now, thank you very much for helping make a difference. Well, this episode were for my fans, the big fans of Vijay. I know you are still following me. And thank you very much for watching. I hope you will really enjoy it. And don't hesitate also to let us know in the comment which kind of story you would like us to bring to you. See you in the next episode. Bye!